Hey, happy Thursday night from Real Stuff, Real Change Services here on my front porch. Nice quiet evening here in the Shenandoah Valley. Hope you're doing great wherever you are. Hopefully it's quiet. Hopefully you're getting a little time to decompress from your day, the business of your day, whatever you have been doing, working, traveling, taking care of children, going to school, trying to be studious. Whatever you were doing, hope you are getting a little time to unwind and to value you. And hey, that's kind of what I want to talk to you about tonight, was a little bit about the value of self and just how important it is to take care of yourself in all facets. And really, taking care of ourselves starts in our thinking, how we think about who we are, how we treat who we are, how we accept who we are, how we respect who we are, how we affirm who we are, and how we love who we are. And there's a lot of different areas of focus. It's been said for years that stress has been the primary illness that kills people, and part of that stress is how we treat ourselves. If you're a hard worker, you spend a lot of time grinding it out, figuring out solutions, pushing yourself to maximum limits. You can work 16 hours a day. You can create the next idea. You push, and that ultimately is a recipe for disaster when it comes to truly valuing yourself with the right boundaries. Some people don't do anything. They just kind of hang out and just kind of live life by the seat of their pants. They just kind of say, well, things will just happen and that's just how it is. And they don't give themselves any goals or any direction. They more or less just kind of exist in the world we know. They just kind of are here. There's a lot of I don't knows in their life. There's a lot of I don't cares in their life. And they're just kind of an enigma, according to what they believe or what they see as living. And then there's that very small group of people that actually value who they are. They actually take stock in what they do. They actually have goals, but they have boundaries. They have limits. They are very quick to take time off when they need to rest. They see life as invaluable. They've maybe learned from mistakes or experiences in their past that has produced this more urgency to look after themselves. Whatever it might be, there's a very small group of us, and so valuing ourselves is not a very common. It's not a very popular. A popular belief. And when I mean valuing ourselves, I don't mean putting yourself on a pedestal. I don't mean the arrogance of what you do, or I'm more talented than you are, or I have more money than you do, or I'm more athletic than you are, I'm better looking than you are. Those are not really values. That's really vanity, if you really want to know the truth. And vanity lives in every type of culture, career, work, environment, economic class, you name it, it's there. There's a vanity for everybody. That's not really value. Value is really more about how you take care of yourself, how you treat yourself. And I wanted to go over a couple of things I think that can really help you and me and anybody else that's interested in really creating value in themselves. It can give them a little bit of an advantage, especially when it comes to how they see themselves, how they live daily, because this is so important, not just for your present life, but for the next 30, 40, 50 years, however long you would like to be here. It's very important in giving you the ability to actually live longer through valuing yourself. And a couple areas I thought were really interesting that I think are really important to look into. One is the idea of relaxation and taking moments during your day to be able to disengage from what's going on around you. And this can be done in a set of different ways. Progressive muscle relaxation, deep breathing, imagining that you're in another place, being able to really become kind of disattached from what's going on in your normal, everyday, stressful life. Being able to sit in a chair like this and close your eyes and just kind of take yourself to another place. It's a super amazing way to kind of destigmatize where you are. And you don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. It could be 3 to 5 minutes where you just kind of imagine you kind of create a new place. And it's an amazing tool to help you not only become more in touch, but also to begin a kind of a path towards a new thought process. And it's as simple as taking 10 seconds to count with your eyes closed and imagining that you're not where you are. Taking deep breaths, slowly exhaling and inhaling, squeezing your neck and your muscles, releasing your shoulders, and it's just enjoying the peace, enjoying the tranquility. And in doing this over and over again, repetitiveness is really key to creating new value in new ways. Secondly, you could do some diaphragm breathing. And what I mean by that is a lot of people breathe up here. They breathe from the top of their chest. They don't take time to really learn how to breathe from their actual diaphragm, which is down in the gut area. And if you breathe from your diaphragm, you're breathing correctly. You take about a minute and do this every day, maybe once in the morning, once in the middle of the day, and once at the end of the day, maybe before you go to sleep. I'm wondering how much better you would sleep. I'm wondering how much more relaxed you would be before you went to bed. I'm wondering how much more relaxed you would be when you walked into that meeting at 9 o'clock in the office, or you began your day out in the field as a sales rep. I wonder what that would do to the value of yourself. How much would that help you? I think doing that 7 days, 3 times a day, would be a great opportunity for you to learn how to really create a value. I'm sharing these techniques because a lot of people just get on camera and they start going, hey, I got this value, and if you don't value yourself, you're not important, you don't think you're gonna really hurt yourself. And over again, you hear the same thing, but there's no there's no tools to apply to it. I wanna give you some tools that I think have helped me and may be able to help you. Another great tool is imagine that you're in a place of warmth. If you're feeling nervous or feeling stressed or feeling anxious, if you wake up that way, imagine that you're sitting by a fire. And when you imagine that you're sitting by something warm like a fire or a warm stove, or maybe you're running your hands under some hot water, or you're taking a warm shower, usually your body will respond even if you're not in that actual position if you were. And that's a great way to build a really deep value of being nice to yourself. So try that. Try the warmth of the hands. It's a great way to really connect. Another thing you can do is you can practice meditation. And a lot of people don't know, not familiar with meditation. They think it's Eastern Orthodox and it's kind of voodoo-y. And meditation is really an opportunity for you to really be in touch, mindfully be in touch with all the things you're feeling, whether it's itching, you have a pain somewhere or something good's happening, and really just sitting in the moment, the present moment, without being, taken down a different path. Even if you're distracted, coming back to that moment, not being judgmental towards yourself, not being condescending or biased, just giving yourself the freedom to just be. That's meditation. And maybe even reciting something back to yourself, or creating something on your phone that gives you the ability to hear something over and over again while you're meditating. It's just a really good way to relax the entire self, and it really gives you the opportunity to see who you are in a different light. Another way you can do it is through music. You could create a music list, a playlist. I've done that. I've got a ton of really inspiring songs that I love. You could play the music over and over again. You could write the words down to it on note cards. You could flood your senses with really positive, happy thoughts and emotions and sensations that are positive, that are maybe things you hear, maybe it's birds, or maybe it's something you eat that you really like or you taste. Maybe it's coffee, act like you're drinking coffee. Love the good smell of good grounded coffee in the mornings. Before I drink a cup, I will smell the coffee. It really invigorates me. I'm thinking about it right now, but I can't have any because it is late. I have some decaf. It still smells good though. You might do touch. There may be certain plants or a blanket or a temperature that you like. You may hold hands with your girlfriend or your wife or something like that. Massages always are really good tools for the positive senses. And then saunas, steam rooms, things like that. I tend to jump into a steam room or a sauna at least 3 times a week at the gym. You may not have that option. Maybe you just do a hot shower. It's the same thing in terms of it really can invigorate you, build you. And then, another thing you can do is something that we offer at Real Stuff is tapping. We do tapping where you release pressure on these points, and you give yourself the ability to be able to dissipate certain feelings, angers, frustrations. And then if you do this, 5-10 minutes a day in the morning, you really open up opportunities for yourself to see who you really are. And this is really building value. I mean, this is the first step, as far as I'm concerned, to building really high quality value, because I think a lot of people want the get quick fix. How this is value, the rah value, the here's the newest ingredient, or the newest YouTube dude, or the newest coach. And I'm a coach too, but I'm going to tell you right now, in order for you to really build to make an outward impact on people, your internal value, how you feel about yourself starts with you. And it also starts not just with reading a lot of books or doing a lot of things, but really applying some techniques that are going to help you kind of gain access to those other things. And a lot of those they are intervention type things. They're applicable type things that you really have to put into practice in order for you to see the change, or the ability for you to have value. And that's just where I come from. I've had a lot of emotional challenges in my life, a lot of guilt, a lot of inner voices telling me things that aren't true. And through a lot of these things, the acupuncture, the tapping, the meditation, I've allowed myself to become a lot more available to myself. And when you become available to yourself, it is then that you become valued, and you stop deciding to allow other people's opinions and their voices to be your representation, and you start to create your own representation. And so with that being said, I just wanted to share a little bit of these techniques with you. They're very simple techniques. I'd encourage you to try and do 2 or 3 of them a day. You know, it would take you 5 to 10 minutes to do this. You can do them while you're in the shower. You can do them while you're driving. Don't meditate while you're driving, please. That would be dangerous. But you can do a lot of these things while you're actively moving. I would encourage you to not expect to do them for 2 or 3 days and everything just goes away or you see changes. It takes time. I would also encourage you to visit us at realstuffrealchange.com and hear my wife and I's story about how we started this company, and also visit our Facebook page. We'd love to hear from you and possibly be able to help you maybe on a long-term basis. So with that being said, I hope you have a great weekend this weekend. I hope you enjoyed your short work week, Memorial Day. Please don't forget that the veterans and the military personnel made that possible, just like they will make Labor Day possible and a host of other holidays. So with that being said, hey, this is Ryan Grubb for Real Stuff, Real Change. Hope you have a great rest of your evening, whatever you'll be doing. Hug your kids, hug your wife, be nice to yourself, and be nice to those that you interact with, because you never know when life will end. So anyway, have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.